Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We are so excited to have our good friend, Dr. Marcia Schaefer from Spring Creek Family Chiropractic back in our studio. Dr. Marcia, welcome back to our studio.
Thank you.
It's always good to see you. We're going to talk a little bit about how seeing your chiropractor might help you with some fertility issues. So tell us exactly why you think infertility is such a big problem nowadays.
Well, there's no secret that our society is becoming more and more ill every year. Right now, 1 in 5 couples are dealing with infertility, and it's based very much in the paradigm and how we view health. So if you'd give a healthy person medication, you're going to make them ill. So why would we give someone who's ill that medication hoping that it's going to make them well? The whole point of medication is to hush symptoms, and infertility is a huge sign that there's an underlying issue that needs to be addressed, and the answer is not, in a vast majority of the cases, it is not in drugs and surgery.
So you would say that infertility is not the problem, but a symptom of a different problem?
Correct.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about blood sugar and insulin levels and exactly how that affects fertility or infertility.
Yeah, well, let's say you have a breakfast of some cereal, an orange juice, and a banana. That's a very high glycemic meal, and when you have high glycemic or high sugar, your body sends out insulin in response. But that insulin will crash your blood sugar, making you want more really easily digestible simple carbs like a bagel or a cookie or something like that. So when there's that roller coaster, your body just gets stressed out. One of the most commonly known infertility concerns is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that's actually an excess insulin issue instead of the actual ovary, but it basically inhibits ovulation, so it doesn't let ovulation happen how it's supposed to. So when I work with my couples to regulate that blood sugar and make sure everything is okay, we have significantly better outcomes with fertility.
So polycystic ovarian syndrome is a result of extra insulin in the body, released by the body, and is the extra insulin a result of our diet and what we're eating?
Very much so.
Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of stirring news for some of us because we do eat a lot of sugar in our society, for sure. Tell us a little bit about the thyroid and how that is connected with infertility, or fertility, I should say. Yeah,
a lot of couples don't realize the significant impact having proper thyroid function is in gaining pregnancy, maintaining pregnancy, and going through a healthy pregnancy. If you have too little thyroid or your thyroid's not functioning properly, you could either lose your cycle, so not even have a cycle. You could have a shortened second half, the luteal phase, as people would know, or you could have a lot of other constant miscarriages or other issues. So it's really, really important to regulate that thyroid and get the proper nutrients in there to support and make sure the system's working properly.
And proper nutrients is a big part of regulating the thyroid. Can you talk to us just a little bit about that and what kinds of things we can eat to help us regulate the thyroid?
Well, I always have my couples, it's more the quality of food that you get in, to stay away from the processed stuff and make sure that you're getting, what are your 5 favorite vegetables? A lot of people cannot answer that question, to say what are your 5, what do you eat every day, what 5, just to start. So cleaning up the diet, basically getting closer to nature when you're working with your foods is huge.
Sure. Sure. Now, as we move into the future and so forth, we're constantly moving faster. We're in a society that's moving faster and faster, which obviously creates more stress and anxiety. Right. How does stress and anxiety affect fertility issues?
Well, as a chiropractor, I'm trained to locate and detect stresses in the spine and in the body in your life, and it's called subluxation. So there was a study done. A lot of subluxation is caused by long-term stress. It's not something that just happened yesterday. Somebody says, "Oh, I picked up an empty box and blew out my back." That didn't happen just from picking up the box. It's a lot of things that have built up. There's a study done on over 400 women over 4 years, and while cortisol, which is the commonly known stress hormone, had nothing to do with infertility, alpha amylase, which is a long-term stress hormone, more than doubled the risk for infertility. So as a chiropractor, we're reducing stress by fixing those subluxations and helping the body function as it's supposed to. And it really, really helps, and that's why there's much better outcome for fertility when you are seeing a chiropractor.
Very cool. And when you are working with couples who are trying to conceive, what are some nutrients that you recommend that they really try to hit hard to help them with their fertility issues?
One of the biggest ones is vitamin D. There's a lot of studies that show 4-time increase in fertility if you have adequate vitamin D levels, meaning between 70 and 90. The other thing that is incredibly vital, and this is for men and women because it takes two. So omega-3s is a huge one for men and women that's going to improve all aspects of fertility for both couples. or both people.
Very cool. Dr. Marcia Schaefer, thank you so much for joining us today. Yeah. Dr. Marcia Schaefer works at Spring Creek Family Chiropractic. Check them out. And that's all the time we have for Talk of the Town. We'll see you next time.